Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. We are going to look at Monroe today, but first we're going to stop at this stop sign here at Florida and Madison. And I'm stopped because this person doesn't have a stop sign. I don't know why they stopped. I don't know what they're doing. I appreciate you being polite, but if only one of us is following the rules of the road, it makes it confusing for all of us. This is Madison, and Madison has a painted bike lane, but that painted bike lane only exists on the road between Texas and Park. So we dip off because that was only going to go for a couple of blocks anyway. And now I'm cutting down to Meade, which starts right here where it intersects with Mission. And if we stayed to the left, that would actually meet back up with Madison. But I really like Monroe, and I want to tell you why, especially those of you who are in San Diego. Meade is great because it has the bike lane, but Monroe doesn't have nearly as many stop signs. So when you're on it, it's pretty chill. Also, especially back where we were a moment ago, the hill isn't nearly as steep as taking Meade. So it's kind of nice. It's also less traveled, I think. Pinched between Madison and Meade, we just get less traffic. Another thing that helps keep traffic down is that a driver cannot get all the way through Monroe to cross Texas. They put these barriers here a number of years ago, and they left a little opening for people riding bikes and for pedestrians, which is nice. So I'm just taking a look over here. It's clear, and I have to negotiate this. Unfortunately, there's nothing that actually slows traffic a bit to make it easier to cross, but we'll take what we can get. Because of that barrier at Texas, it really reduces traffic, and I think that that reduction extends over here, especially in this direction. People getting off of or coming up Texas, they'll turn on Monroe. I had to make a quick stop there over on that block, so I gave it a quick cut. But people, for the most part, on Texas are trying to get down to Mission Valley, and people coming up from Texas can't turn onto Monroe to be on this spot, so that's nice. There are two neighbors talking to each other across the street, which is pleasant to see. And that hill that we just went up was also more mellow than the hill over on Meade. Monroe is kind of a gem. Monroe is a road that I think people forget about quite a bit. There's also a pretty decent little deli over here on the corner of Oregon, so check that out. There's also a school over here, and with a school comes a couple of stop signs. We're going to go here because that person is walking a dog right where we're riding the bike, so that was useful. I like looking at infrastructure around schools. Frankly, I think there should be a bit more. I think that we could use some speed bumps over here or some traffic calming. Maybe raised crosswalks. I do like raised crosswalks. There's actually diagonally from where we are on the other side of the campus, there's a raised crosswalk, which is pretty great because it acts as a speed bump and it also puts people crossing the street a little higher on the road, which makes them easier to see. And that's beneficial. It also can't get flooded out because it's raised up, so water goes off of it onto the road, which makes it so that people don't have to step in puddles when they're crossing the street, which is nice. The road gets a little broken up over here. Not great. Could use some love, some rehab, but I mean, check out how calm this ride has been. There's also some dips in the road here, probably for water management reasons. But we don't have a stop sign, so we keep going and we can stand up on those dips and make sure that we don't feel them too much. And now we are approaching 30th, and a block beyond 30th, Monroe is going to end at a pretty large housing complex. I'm going to stop here because somebody else has the right of way. And it picks up again after the 805. So we're not going to go on that portion today. I just wanted to show you Monroe because it's something that we forget about a lot, and it's a very pleasant road to bike on. So I'm going to think about other pleasant places to bike, start my commute back up today, drive less, and ride a bike. Thanks.